Alright, hello people and welcome to a different kind of video than what I would normally make. For the past few weeks I have been working on, or basically calculating how to properly sink this ship because I kinda got worried that my initial plans wouldn't work. So, for the newbies here, I kinda have to explain. This right here, this line right here, it is called the artificial draft. This basically means that this right here is just a kind of a dummy hull, and the actual hull only begins at this line here and goes up, and this basically just fills with water. This makes the ship really stable and also just sit deeper in the lake. So I have this in a picture here, so you can see this is the anti-buoyancy tank. It fills up with water. This is the artificial draft, and this is just the hull. And there are, of course, bulkheads in here, but I didn't make them in here. So, what I did in the holidays, I built this beauty, which is the Johan van Oldenbarneveld 3, which is, of course, a magnificent name. So, I thought I'd build this with a similar design as this. The hull is basically identical, with the same kind of concept. And, of course, the superstructure is improvised. So, I punctured the hull. Of course, it started raining, which is absolutely perfect, but as I didn't really have to make a video here, this wasn't all too bad. Yeah, it's kind of wet, but I didn't really care. So the ship kind of sank, kept sinking, and then you can see here it's kind of rolling over, and I believe that is because the artificial draft itself was still buoyant, because the cardboard itself actually still holds buoyancy when the ship sinks, which I did not really think that would happen. I thought that the air would kind of force its way out, but according to my practical experiment, that does not happen. And the cardboard here is the entire hull is basically double layered. It's this stuff right here, and on that ship, on the JVO3, everything was just single layer cardboard except for the artificial draft. And here, the artificial draft is quadruple layer cardboard, which is, of course, holding a lot of buoyancy. So I calculated basically the entire buoyancy of the ship. Here, horizontal, those are all the decks, artificial draft, and then up to the boat deck, the roofs. Here, vertical are basically all the walls and bulkheads. So I calculated the surface area of the ship, or of the cardboard I used, and then multiplied all the values separately by the thickness of the cardboard. Then here I kind of put all those together, and then I calculated that the whole cardboard of the ship, basically, not the air inside the ship itself, but just the cardboard, generates 18.5 kilos of buoyancy. Then I weighed the ship, and it weighs exactly 7 kilos. So I subtracted 7 kilos, and that's 11.5 kilos. Then I only really need the first half of the ship to sink, which I'm going to show you why now. So I just kind of cut that in half, and I need around 6 kilos now, which is this pile of books, or equivalent to this pile of books. I'll need to kind of put gravel in there, and I've already worked this out. So here I have modified the forward cargo hatch, so I have a hole here, and this has already been modified a long time ago. And now, look at this. I can basically just put that in here, and put that in here, and I can easily just fill the whole hull basically with gravel, or like the forward aspect. I'll collect 6 kilos of the stuff and take it basically into the lake with me, and I'll just dump it in here, and I'll fill the hull. And I have even made an animation of that really quickly. If I go here, this is not completely it here. So you can see I've modified this blueprint of the ship, and here you can see the artificial draft and the bulkheads. They would of course normally have gone down to here, but this is of course all dummy area. That's why the bulkheads only go up to the height they would have normally gone. So here, first I fill the gravel, I fill the bow with gravel, and that kind of weighs the ship down. So it's not yet really sinking, it's just being weighed down by the gravel. I'll stop every kind of few kilos and then make a new recording, like a pan of the ship from the outside, and then I'll fill it more, and in the meantime there's just gonna be a interior flooding scene playing or something. So here this fills up completely with gravel, and I expect it to be kind of this deep from the 6 kilos, which I'll put in there. So then I'll actually puncture the hull, and the ship will start sinking normally. So just go ahead. Just gonna flood. I didn't animate the water because that would have been too complicated. And then I want to zoom out. It's gonna hit the floor, the bottom of the lake, because I'm only gonna record the sinking at waist deep height, and I'll have this angle, which is actually like really decent. That's good for the video. So like that, and then I'm gonna have to detach the stern section while the ship is in the water, because I'll have to reuse the stern section for final plunge scenes. I won't build an entirely new stern section as was originally planned. I'll take the old one and just let the bow section descend down. So, this is of course difficult, as I have not yet figured out how to cut the ship here, and I won't do that before the sinking. I'll have to kind of figure out what I'll use. I'll of course also have to make the lifeboat lowering thing work, which is going to be fun. But yes. So essentially I'll need 5 kilos of gravel. I'll dump that in here. I'll have something floating next to me in the water with of course the weight I'll need for this. So I can just dump it in here, and camera equipment and like towels so I can keep my hands dry and record, and yes. So yeah, I'm still not completely done with my plans, but I'm getting close. Tomorrow is the 22nd of August, which is the date I originally planned for the sinking. That is now not going to happen because I need to prepare some more stuff. I need to kind of modify a few things, because originally my plan was actually to modify the cardboard. So I would have just gone here, and what I would have done is cut the paper away down here and up here in the hull, so water can get in here and air can exit from up here. I've now abandoned that idea because I believe that 6 kilos is enough to get the bow down. I've also calculated that if I stood on top of the ship, it would be around this deep in the water, but still decently good. And if I had no artificial draft and the actual hull was real, it would sit around this deep, like normal, with me on top of it. And that's great. So, I hope you enjoyed this little explanation video. I don't know if I'll be actually making the JV03 into a video. What is this footage? I'm not entirely sure because it's just kind of stupid. Why is this not? Yeah, what the hell ever. There that was. Oh, I know why. Aha. Yeah. I'll maybe make a video out of this at some point, but I am not exactly sure if I will because my footage was really crappy with the rain, you know. So, I wish all of you guys a pleasant day. I hope I've not forgotten anything, but yeah, I will not really have any time to make videos in the next, I don't know, 2 weeks again, or maybe even more, because I'll be busy with this stuff and generally I cannot even, I don't even know yet. I'll have to figure a lot of stuff out. This is really complicated. So, wishing you guys a pleasant day. I'm just gonna say goodbye and leave you with this beauty of a shot. I wish you a pleasant day.